Sometimes it feels like someone else's actions completely derail your mood. But the reality is, they don't control how you feel, you do. Your emotions are your responsibility, not theirs, and certainly not anyone else's. No one can make you angry or upset unless you give them that power. Think about it, life will throw challenges your way, but it's only your choice how you respond to them. Picture this, you're walking through a noisy city wearing noise-canceling headphones. The honking cars and loud chatter don't vanish, they're still happening, but you don't hear them. Mastering your reactions works the same way. You don't have to let other people's behavior disrupt your inner peace. There's a wise saying, between the stimulus and the response, there's a space. In that space lies our power to choose how we act. And in our choice lies both our growth and our freedom. Imagine someone cuts you off in traffic or unfairly criticizes your work. It's tempting to blame them for your anger. But what if, instead of reacting immediately, you pause? In that pause, you find the power to choose calm over chaos, patience over impulsiveness. For example, if a coworker dismisses your idea during a meeting, rather than snapping back or stewing all day, take a breath and consider, is their reaction really about me? Or is it their own stress or bias showing? This shift in perspective weakens the emotional impact on you. This approach isn't about bottling up your feelings, it's about recognizing that emotions like anger, frustration, or disappointment are natural, but they don't have to dictate your next move. Here's a simple way to practice this mindset. First, when you feel triggered, pause and identify what you're feeling. Is it anger, hurt, or irritation? Naming the emotion helps break the automatic reaction cycle. Second, ask yourself why you feel this way. Is it what happened, or how you're interpreting it? Third, consciously choose your next step. Have you ever noticed how a single word or action from someone can instantly change your mood for the worse? It might be a careless remark, a dismissive look, or just an unexpected hassle that throws off your entire day. It's irritating, right? But here's an important truth to remember: nobody can dictate how you feel unless you let them. Imagine if you could face any situation, no matter how upsetting, with calm and steadiness. Picture yourself moving through your day with such inner peace that even the most frustrating events bounce off you without leaving a mark. This isn't just a dream, it's emotional resilience in action. Today, we'll explore powerful insights that teach you how to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively, how to release bitterness, and how to take charge of your emotional world. These tools don't mean ignoring your feelings, they mean strengthening your mind so you can handle life's ups and downs with confidence and grace. Whether you're coping with harsh criticism, setting limits with others, or learning to forgive, by the end of this session, you'll have the mindset and strategies to remain calm and unbothered, no matter what comes your way. So, if you're ready to unlock the secret to emotional freedom and take control of your peace, let's begin. Every day, you face countless moments that could trigger frustration or anger. But the real question is, how will you respond? Your response is always your choice, and it should be guided by your values and the desire for lasting peace, not by the heat of the moment. Imagine the freedom of moving through life unaffected by rude strangers, careless remarks, or small annoyances. When you learn to control your reactions, these things lose their power over you. Whenever someone tries to push your buttons, remember, their behavior doesn't define who you are, your reaction does. Choosing calm over chaos is not just emotional self-control, it's true freedom. Another key step is to stop expecting others to behave the way you do. When people don't meet your expectations, disappointment follows. But people act according to their own experiences, beliefs, and priorities, not yours. Trying to change or control their behavior only leaves you feeling powerless. Think about a coworker who constantly interrupts you in meetings. Instead of getting angry or trying to fix their behavior, recognize that their habit reflects their own nature, not a judgment on you. By letting go of the expectation that they will change, you protect yourself from unnecessary emotional distress. There's an old saying, expectations are the root of all suffering. The less you expect others to act a certain way, the more peace you preserve. To practice this, first notice what you expect from others when you feel upset. Then, question whether that expectation is realistic. Finally, shift your focus from controlling others to managing your own responses. Imagine the relief of knowing that rude strangers, forgetful friends, or demanding coworkers can no longer disrupt your inner calm, because you've chosen not to give them that power. Accepting people as they are doesn't mean tolerating bad behavior or abandoning your values. It means recognizing that your peace is too precious to sacrifice over things beyond your. Each time you choose peace over anger, you take one step closer to living the unshakable life you deserve. If you found value in this message, don't keep it to yourself, share it with someone who might need a little extra calm in their life. And if you have your own tips or experiences about staying unbothered, I'd love to hear them. Drop a comment below. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Remember, emotional freedom isn't a destination, it's a practice. So keep showing up for yourself, stay mindful, and keep growing stronger every day. Until next time, take care and stay unbothered. Situation: ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? How can I grow stronger because of it? 3. Focus on the present. Letting go is a choice you make for yourself, not for the other person. Shift your attention to the here and now, where your true power lies. Think of letting go like releasing a balloon. The longer you hold on, the more it strains your hand. But when you let it float away, you feel lighter and freer. Life becomes less about what happened and more about what's possible. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, do not be disturbed by what is outside your power. Let it go, and you will find peace. This doesn't mean letting people walk over you or ignoring injustice. It means choosing where to direct your energy. By letting go of what you can't change, you create space for what you can, a brighter, calmer, and more fulfilling life. So, the next time you find yourself clinging to anger or regret, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my peace? What would my life look like if I let this go? The answer will guide you toward emotional freedom. True strength isn't in holding on, it's in knowing when to release. And when you do, you'll discover that the lighter you feel, the stronger you become. Underscore 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 underscore. There you have it. Powerful lessons to help you master your emotions and stay unbothered no matter what life throws your way. These aren't just ideas, they're tools you can use every day to protect your peace, build resilience, and take control of your reactions. Remember, the goal isn't to suppress your feelings or become indifferent, it's to respond to life's challenges with clarity and strength. Emotional mastery isn't about what happens to you, it's about how you choose to react. The power to stay calm, centered, and free lies entirely in your hands. As you move forward, take these lessons with you. Practice pausing before you react, set boundaries that protect your energy, and let go of the things and people you can't control. Imagine holding on to a hot coal, determined to throw it at someone who hurt you. But while you wait for the right moment, the coal keeps burning your hand. Anger, grudges, and resentment work the same way. They harm you far more than the person who caused your pain. True strength lies not in holding on, but in letting go. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting or condoning what happened. It means releasing the emotional weight that drags you down, freeing yourself from the control of the past. When you let go, you reclaim your energy, your peace, and your ability to focus on the present. The Buddha put it beautifully, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Think about a time when someone wronged you, maybe a betrayal, an unfair judgment, or an unkind word. How much time did you spend replaying that moment in your mind? How much energy did you waste imagining confrontations or seeking revenge? Letting go is the antidote to this endless cycle. It allows you to move forward instead of staying trapped in the past. For example, imagine you're at work and a colleague takes credit for your idea. You could spend days stewing over the injustice, letting it affect your mood and productivity. Or, you could let it go, recognizing that your worth isn't tied to one moment of recognition. By choosing the latter, you protect your peace and focus on what truly matters, your growth and future opportunities. Lao offers profound wisdom. When I let go of what I am, I become what I might be. Letting go isn't just about releasing anger or resentment, it's also about letting go of perfectionism, fear of failure, or the need for control. It means embracing life as it is, with all its unpredictability, and finding freedom in acceptance. Here's how to start practicing the art of letting go. 1. Acknowledge your feelings. Suppressing emotions only makes them stronger. Allow yourself to feel hurt, anger, or disappointment, without judgment. 2. Reframe the situ. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus reminds us, if anyone tells you that a certain person speaks ill of you, do not make excuses, but answer, he does not know my other faults, else he would not have mentioned only these. This wisdom teaches us not to take criticism personally but to view it as part of the journey towards self-betterment. Next time someone critiques you, ask yourself, what can I learn from this feedback? Is this criticism about me, or does it say more about them? How can I grow from this moment? As Lao says, knowing others is intelligence, knowing yourself is true wisdom. When approached with the right mindset, criticism becomes a mirror that helps you understand yourself better. It's not always comfortable, growth rarely is, but by welcoming feedback, even when it stings, you develop resilience, humility, and a stronger sense of self, so the next time criticism comes your way, pause and reframe it. See it not as a barrier but as a stepping stone toward your best self. Remember, growth often hides in discomfort, and those who embrace it unlock a strength no criticism can shake. Imagine you've just shared an idea you're proud of, maybe at work, with friends, or online, and someone immediately shoots it down with harsh criticism. Your first reaction might be defensiveness or even anger. This is completely natural when your efforts meet negativity. But what if you could see criticism differently, not as a personal attack, but as an opportunity to grow? Criticism, no matter how it's delivered, holds value if you're willing to find it. It can reveal blind spots, challenge your assumptions, or push you to improve. When you shift your mindset, criticism stops being a source of frustration and becomes a powerful tool for self-improvement. For example, imagine you're preparing a presentation and a colleague points out flaws in your work. You could dismiss them, thinking, they're just trying to undermine me. Or you could pause and ask yourself, is there truth in this? How can I use this feedback to get better? Choosing the latter turns what feels like an attack into a stepping stone. A wise saying captures this well: criticism, like rain, should be gentle enough to nourish growth without destroying roots. This doesn't mean all criticism is valid. Some people criticize out of envy, ignorance, or malice. The key is to filter what you hear, keep what's constructive, and let go of what's not. Here's how to handle criticism with grace. 1. Pause before reacting. Take a deep breath to avoid an emotional response. 2. Evaluate the source. Consider who is giving the feedback. Do they have your best interests in mind? Is their perspective informed? 3. Find the lesson. Even poorly delivered criticism can contain valuable insight. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Take a personal example. A family member criticizes your career or lifestyle choices. Instead of arguing or shutting down, try saying, I hear your concerns. I'll think about what you said. This response shows maturity and allows you to reflect later without escalating conflict. The Stoic Phil. Behavior but helps you maintain control over your emotions. As the saying goes, let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little, and if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick, and if we got sick, at least we didn't die. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It's not about denying frustration or anger but about choosing what uplifts you over what weighs you down. The next time anger sneaks in, pause and ask, what can I be thankful for right now? You'll find that gratitude doesn't just dissolve anger, it replaces it with calm, clarity, and control. In those moments, you realize peace isn't something you find, it's something you create. Imagine having one of those days where everything seems to go wrong, plans fall apart, someone makes a rude remark, and even small annoyances feel overwhelming. Anger starts to rise, and you wonder why things have to be so difficult right now. But what if, instead of dwelling on what's going wrong, you shifted your focus to what's going right? Gratitude has a unique power to transform anger into calm and to turn tough moments into chances for perspective and peace. Here's a simple truth: you can't feel grateful and angry at the same time. Gratitude acts like a mental reset button, pulling you out of negativity's downward spiral and reminding you of the good that remains, even amid frustration. Picture this: you're stuck in traffic, running late for an important meeting. Instead of stewing over the delay, pause, take a deep breath, and think of 3 things you're thankful for. Maybe it's having a car, the opportunity ahead, or the song playing on the radio. Though small, this shift can change your mood almost immediately. The philosopher Cicero said, "Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues but the parent of all others." Gratitude does more than ease anger. It builds resilience, fosters patience, and helps you focus on what truly matters. It's a tool you can use anytime, anywhere to guard your peace. Here's how to build gratitude into your daily life. 1. Pause and reflect. When anger begins to rise, stop and breathe, then ask yourself, what is one thing I can be thankful for right now? 2. Keep a gratitude journal. Each day, jot down 3 positive things, no matter how small. This practice trains your mind to seek out the good. 3. Use gratitude to reframe challenges. When facing difficulty, think about what you can learn or how things could be worse. For example, if someone criticizes you harshly, rather than letting anger take over, try thinking, "I'm grateful for the chance to learn from this feedback, even if it wasn't kindly given." This doesn't excuse their. Picture this: a heated argument, hurtful words flying, and your instinct is to fire back. But what if you chose silence instead? Silence is a powerful way to respond to negativity, not avoidance or weakness, but strength. It shows you value your peace over the urge to retaliate. The less you react to negativity, the more peaceful your life becomes. Silence signals that you won't let others' behavior control you. For example, if someone tries to undermine you at work, responding with calm silence denies them the reaction they want and shows your composure. Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "The best answer to anger is silence." Anger needs fuel to grow, and silence starves it. Using silence as a shield helps you avoid being pulled into conflict and protects your emotional health. To practice this, pause before reacting, listen without interrupting, and respond only when necessary with calm and brevity. A Buddhist teaching advises speaking only if it improves upon silence. Silence doesn't mean ignoring problems, it conserves your energy for moments that truly matter. Often, silence speaks louder than words. Next time someone provokes you, ask if your response will add value or escalate the conflict. Choosing silence means you protect your peace, show strength, and control the narrative without raising your voice. Imagine sharing something meaningful to you, only to be met with criticism or indifference. That sting of disappointment is real, but ask yourself, why do their opinions hold so much power over me? Seeking approval is natural, but relying on it is like chasing shadows. You'll never truly grasp it. Everyone perceives the world through their own experiences and biases. What someone says about you often reveals more about them than about you. When you internalize their judgments, you give away control of your emotions and choices. Your worth is not up for debate, it is constant and unaffected by external praise or criticism. Consider this: you wear a new outfit you love, but a coworker makes a dismissive comment. You can choose to let their words shake your confidence or remind yourself that their opinion doesn't define your joy. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus teaches that growth sometimes means accepting to be misunderstood. Pursuing others' approval limits you, while embracing your own path, even if it's misunderstood, sets you free. To begin detaching from opinions, question why their views affect you, reaffirm your own values and goals, practice letting go by imagining criticisms as leaves floating past on a stream, present but not lasting. This mindset shields you from unnecessary emotional storms. Once you've set a boundary, it's important to stick to it consistently. When you uphold your limits, you send a clear message that your peace and space are non-negotiable. The ancient wisdom of Lao Tzu reminds us that knowing when to stop protects us from unnecessary trouble and stress. Boundaries aren't meant to isolate others but to create healthier, more balanced relationships. Whenever you feel overwhelmed or taken advantage of, take a moment to ask yourself, have I clearly communicated my needs? Am I respecting my own limits? By setting and maintaining boundaries, you liberate yourself from unneeded obligations and conserve your energy for what truly matters. Remember, you aren't responsible for managing everyone else's emotions or solving their problems. Your first duty is to your own well-being, your peace, time, and mental health. By prioritizing yourself and protecting your energy through firm boundaries, you'll feel lighter and more in control. Giving your best self to the world starts with honoring your own limits. Treat you. People aren't mind readers, they need clear communication about your limits. For example, if friends often call late for advice and it drains you, kindly say, I care about you, but I need evenings to recharge. Let's talk tomorrow. This shows respect for yourself and others, protecting your peace without hurting relationships. Philosopher Epictetus reminds us that true freedom is living according to our own choices. Setting boundaries helps you prioritize your energy and avoid overextending yourself. To begin setting boundaries, first be clear and honest about your limits. Communicate calmly and directly so others understand what you need. Use I statements focusing on your feelings rather than blaming others. For instance, say I need quiet time after work instead of you're always bothering me. And finally, stay consistent with your boundaries. When someone's words hurt, the first step is to pause and take a deep breath. This brief moment creates space between the trigger and your reaction, giving you the power to choose how to respond instead of reacting impulsively. Next, try to distinguish fact from opinion. Ask yourself, is there any truth in what was said, or is it just their personal viewpoint? Focus on what can help you grow and let go of the rest. Not everything deserves a reaction. Remember, your value doesn't depend on other people's approval. Your worth is inherent and independent of anyone else's opinion. As the philosopher Lao Tzu wisely said, caring too much about what others think makes you a prisoner to their judgments. Letting go of the need for constant validation doesn't mean you stop caring about others, it means you stop letting irrelevant opinions weigh you down emotionally. The next time someone's words challenge your confidence, pause and ask yourself, am I allowing this to define me, or can I choose to focus on what I know to be true about myself? In that moment, you reclaim your power and remind yourself that no words can diminish your value unless you let them. True strength is not avoiding criticism but knowing your worth regardless. When you stop letting others define your worth, you make room for authenticity, confidence, and peace, things no one can take away. Protecting your energy is also crucial. And that means setting healthy boundaries. Imagine a friend calls during your busy day asking for help, or a coworker dumps last-minute work on you expecting a yes. You feel torn between wanting to help and needing to protect your time and peace. Saying no can be tough, but it's necessary. Boundaries aren't selfish, they're essential. Without them, others control your time, energy, and emotional health. Remember, you can't pour from an empty cup. Constantly giving without limits leads to burnout and resentment. Setting boundaries is a form of self-respect and teaches others how to control. When you find yourself frustrated or disappointed, remind yourself they are acting from their own nature, and that's okay, because you control your own response.